Breaking news. This just in on Minnesota Vikings news. You do not want to miss this. If you're a true Vikings fan, buckle up, because what I'm about to reveal is absolutely shocking. And before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss any of the latest Vikings updates. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Now, let's talk about the 2024 Minnesota Vikings. Against all odds, they put together one of the best records in the NFL, winning more games than any wildcard team in history. Coming into the season, no one believed in them. They were expected to be dead last in the NFC North, stuck with a stopgap quarterback after their first-round pick suffered a devastating, season-ending injury before even taking a snap. And yet, they defied expectations. They proved everyone wrong. But here's the twist. Were they really as close to greatness as their record suggests? Because when the lights shined the brightest, when it truly mattered, the Vikings collapsed. Heartbreaking losses to the Lions and Rams in their final two games exposed their biggest flaws. The run game never got going. The defense, completely torn apart by playoff-caliber veterans Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford. And now, heading into the offseason, things are looking uncertain, to say the least. Several key defensive starters could leave in free agency, retire, or simply decline due to age. And let's be honest, defensive success is unpredictable year to year. So what does this mean for the Vikings' future? Are they actually on the verge of a legitimate Super Bowl window, or was 2024 just an illusion? This brings us to the bigger question. Is the entire concept of a Super Bowl window even real? Fans and analysts love talking about it. If your team is in a window, the logic is simple: go all in. Spend big. Make the moves to win now. If not, tear it all down. Rebuild. Stockpile draft picks and cap space for some vague future date. But here's the kicker. One thought the Vikings were in a Super Bowl window in 2024. And yet, they still went all in, signing aging veterans to short-term deals and making aggressive offseason moves. And it worked. Meanwhile, teams like the Chicago Bears spent years hoarding assets to create their own winning window in 2024, only to completely crash and burn. The 49ers? They looked unstoppable for years, only to fall apart. So here's the real dilemma. The Vikings in 2025. Are they truly just a few pieces away from a championship? Or should they be looking at 2026 and beyond? Would an all-out spending spree actually fix their problems? Or would it just create new ones? At the end of the day, the Vikings' strategy for 2025 might look a lot like what they did in 2023 and 2024, building a competitive team while keeping an eye on the future. The real question is, will that be enough? Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Should the Vikings go all in for 2025 or play the long game? What's the move? Let's get the conversation going. And don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we'll be breaking down every move this offseason. You won't want to miss it. Skol.